Hi, this is Bruce and we're looking at part 3 of the JavaScript series. We're going to learn how to create functions. After that we're going to be using querySelects and then looping through the elements that we've queried using a for each loop and from an array. So start off by heading back over here to my HTML. I'm going to create a horizontal rule to separate the parts, and then I'll just add a title, make it easier to find, and then I'm going to add an element with an ID of function messages. And flip back here to our JavaScript. I'll do a console log just so that we can test it. And I just need to update the JavaScript source to part 3. Of course, you guys can be working on the same JavaScript that you started with and just adding to it. So if we come over here and refresh, you can see I've got part 3 loaded, and here I've got function messages on the page. So now I'm going to create a function. Start by literally typing function. Then we type the function name, followed by opening and closing parentheses, and then opening and closing curly braces, which defines where the start and the end of the function are located. So anything we put in between the curly braces should get done every time we run this function or call this function. But first, let me create an element called function messages and make that equal to the query selector function messages. So this is similar to get element by ID, but notice we actually have to put the hash mark to say that it's an ID rather than a class or a tag element. querySelector helps if I spell it right as well. Okay, so function messages dot inner HTML equals hello, do you like my hat? For those of you who are Dr. Seuss fans. So now if I upload this and then refresh our page, you should see nothing happens. And the reason is we've created a function, but we haven't called it yet. So to call it, all you have to do is type the name of the function followed by the opening and closing parentheses. Upload that and refresh. And now you can see in our function messages element, we see, hello, do you like my hat? So what are these parentheses for? Well, what we can do is we can pass parameters. So if we go in here and type something that we'd like to pass to our function, then up here we can create a parameter variable, and then we can concatenate it or add it to our message. So you can see I've closed the quote, and then I've opened it up again for after, and then I'm going to concatenate or put 2 plus signs to concatenate the variable, and now, and I'm going to move the comma. And now what should happen is that you can see that name that we're passing as a parameter from where we call the function into the function itself is getting displayed on the page. And I'll be back with a second video for the second part of part 3. I hope this helps.